Oh. गुरुर्ब्रह्मा गुरुर्विष्णु गुरुर्देवो महेश्वरः गुरु साक्षात् परं ब्रह्म तस्मै श्री गुरवे नमः तस्मै श्री गुरवे नमः सच्चिदानन्दरूपाय विश्वोत्पत्त्यादिहेतवे तापत्रयविनाशाय श्रीकृष्णाय वयं नमः श्रीकृष्णाय वयं नमः ॐ योऽन्तः प्रविश्य मम वाचमिमां प्रसुप्तां सञ्जीवयत्यखिल शक्तिधरस्वधाम्नाम् अन्याश्च हस्तचरणश्रवणत्वदादीन् प्राणान् नमो भगवते पुरुषाय तुभ्यं प्राणान् नमो भगवते पुरुषाय तुभ्यं प्राणान् नमो भगवते पुरुषाय तुभ्यम्. Towards the last class, we saw the Rukmini Shri Krishna Samvad, and therein Shri Krishna is the Lord, Rukmini is his first wife. He married in the form of Shri Krishna. For those who don't know, he married 16,108 wives. We can't handle one, he handled all of them. I'm talking about you, I'm not married. And therein Shri Krishna has stirred up his first wife, Rukmini, who is a manifestation of the goddess, that is his goddess Lakshmi herself. And he says, why don't you get married to someone else? What do you find in me? I am not worthy of you. I am poor. I don't have any wealth. I don't have any kingdom. I don't have any throne. I don't have any army. I am good for nothing. I only, go from here and there, and you're wasting your life spending time or getting married to me. Why don't you go to someone? When she hears this, she gets shocked that her Lord is going to abandon her, and there and then, the moment he uttered these words, she swooned and she fell down unconscious. Naturally, when she fell down unconscious, what will the husband do? Lift her up, put her on the bed, gave some drops of water to drink so she could come back to consciousness. And what do you do to bring someone out? You rub the soles of the feet. So he was rubbing and pressing. So you can do all the drama. So husbands will come and press the feet, at least for a change. So he did that, and when she came out, Krishna was very concerned that his words have troubled her so much. He says, I was just playing stirring you up and joking with you. I was not serious that you should go away. The moment he said that, she felt very confident that it was just a joke, and immediately every question, every point that he made, Rukmini ji philosophically answers him back, saying why whatever he has said is correct. Who can do that? Who can do something like Rukmini?
The one who is in love with the
With the
Lord or the husband.
with the husband.
So,
Not ha mein ha, not ha mein ha. But it goes deeper than just physical attraction. It goes deeper than physical attraction. See, there was one couple in Bombay, and this couple elderly couple, and Swamiji told us when we were doing the course, that time he told us about them. And both the gentleman was Malayali and the wife was also Malayali from Kerala. But this fellow was a communist. And when he got married, he told his wife, and his wife in her heart, Krishna, 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 Krishna. The day she came into his house, he said, there will be no temple in my house. Now, what will wife do? She says, Hare, what have I got into? She did not complain. She cried for 2-3 months. What type of husband I have got? Today, it will be different story. 40 years ago, it was different. But today also you find people like that. And it is good if you can be like that. See what happened as a result of that. She was not allowed, and after 2-3 months, she said, how long am I going to cry like this? I'm not going to. I have to live my whole life with this Rakshas. She didn't say, I'm saying that. She says, I have to live my whole life with this fellow, and I can't. I have just got married. I can't live in this depressed state, crying that I can't do my puja, I can't light a lamp, I can't light a incense stick. I can't live like this. And that day, one day, while she was so deeply distressed inside, in her mind, a thought came. Who has stopped you from doing puja mentally? And from that day onwards, her outside puja became an internal prayer. And in her mind, she started doing Manas puja. She imagined the altar, she imagined the lamp, she literally, every step she imagined. And she was so much blissful that over the years, she started communicating directly with Lord Krishna. And after 40 years, when Swamiji met them, because she used to go to Swamiji's lecture, so one day she called for Swamiji for bhiksha. Husband was not interested. But anyway, Swamiji is there. So Swamiji must have said something, and he says, so there they both confessed to him. She confessed in front of her husband, Swamiji, my greatest guru is my husband. Who can say that? I don't take that Rakshasa word seriously. Huh? I just use that. She says, my husband was my greatest guru because of him, today I can communicate. I'm in union with Krishna. I talk to him like I talk to you. At that very moment, the gentleman, he started crying. Tears came out. And he said, Swamiji, I have been a demon all my life, stopped her from doing even an altar, but over the years, if she was not there in my life, I would have just got scattered. She is my guru too. See, parasparam bhavayanda. So this samarpan meaning surrender, this knack of seeing right even in the wrong words of your partner, that knack we must develop. And that will not come by copying what other people are saying, that will not come by watching serials, that will not come by watching the movies, that will come from your heart. See, one girl was there, she was young when she was in uni, first year or second year. She got her boyfriend used to beat her up. She said, Swamiji, what do I said? Bring him, I will kick him. She brought him. From that day, he didn't come close to her. Anyway, she spent 2-3 years with me, coming to all satsangs, this, that, and eventually she got married. And she got tricked into marrying a schizophrenic. So he had a problem in London. And from there she called, Swamiji, what do I do? I'm so much, I don't know what. He's my childhood friend, but I did not know that he was in this situation. So one day she came for holidays and we went for a walk. What do I do? I said, you have got 2 choices. What is first choice? Easy choice is divorce and walk away. It's not your responsibility. Second choice, serve. Take it as the journey, part of your life, and go through it. Do his seva. Take care of him. For all you know, by your service to him, something might just turn around. Miracles happen in this world. See? And that's what she is doing right now. Why she is doing it? Because she found in her heart somewhere something good about him, isn't it? She was only looking at the mental state before. But in between those mental states, which are rare, but in that there was a genuine person, there was a loving person. But here, at a drop of a hat, we want to separate. At a drop of a hat, we want to argue, we want to fight. Husband, wife, play should be there, but don't stretch it so much that it becomes a problem. And here, Rukmini ji, because she loves the Lord, because she has surrendered to the Lord, because her only goal in the life is the Lord himself, who has come in her life as Shri Krishna, her husband. She is able to convert every point of his into a positive when looked at it from her point of view. And we saw that in our last class. And towards the end it was told that Naivalikam manye vachaste madhusudana ambaya iva hi prayah kanyaya syad rati kvachit vyodhayashchapi punschalya mano bheti navam buddho satim na vibhruyat tam vibrad ubhayachyutah. So here he gives an example towards the end, and he says that when you ask me to choose another partner, even now, O Lord, O Madhu, O slayer of the demon Madhu, I do not regard your words to be wrong. See, if someone tells you, your husband tells you that, hey, I think you deserve that fellow, not me. What will wife say? Okay, thank you, I'm going. That's one option. Second option is, how dare you say that? And for the rest of your life, his life, it is misery. But here, how she is converting his words into positive. She says, what you have said, I do not regard your words as without meaning. For sometimes, surely there are girls. The example she takes is Amba. Amba, Ambika and Ambalika. These three princesses of Kashi, they were kidnapped by Bhishmacharya, and then Amba was sent back because before marriage she was in love with the king of Kashi, and in those days the rule was whoever kidnaps or wins or takes away, you become his. And she says, even though she was taken away by Bhishmacharya, still in her heart the love was for a different person. So there are some women like that, and therefore the learning. And what is the learning? Vyudhaya, इसको थोड़ा आवाज थोड़ा सा कम करना, it's echoing. Vyudhayashchapi punschalya mano bheti navam mano abhyeti navam buddho asatim na vibhruyat tam vibrad ubhayachyutah. So he says, those people, those girls, those women whose mind very easily gets attracted by other people, even though they are married with someone. Yeah, I don't know, you must have heard watching movie how handsome he is. Wives are telling the husband, why don't you have a body like him? Gaya kaam se usse. हो जाता है ना कभी कभी. This type of language is not, we take it in joke. But every time we open our mouth and say some things like this, an impression is going and getting formed in our mind. Because maximum time, whom are we speaking to? Ourselves. And these, when you are watching a movie, when you are in emotion, when you see something beautiful, something handsome, it goes deep into your system. Or something fearful also. And therefore she says here that even the woman of easy virtue, though married, their nature, here it is talked about that if they are getting attracted to anyone else, that is natural, or that, but I have got no one else to look to. I don't have any love for anyone else. I am not looking for some handsome fellow. So what statement you made that I should go with someone else? Whom will I go to? Because I can't see anyone who is equal to you. In this way, she comes to the conclusion. And a wise man should not therefore maintain such an unchaste woman, for by doing so he falls both here and hereafter. So, such a person must be both boy and girl, both husband and wife. They must be careful that they should not go the wrong way in life. Shri Bhagavan Vacha. Now you guys have to read it, because today, since morning, my eyes are absolutely gone. I can't read anything very clearly. Sadveta cha maistvam rajaputri pralambhita mayoditam yadanvatha sarvam tat satyameva hi yan kamayase kaman maya kamaya bhamini santi ekanta bhaktanyah tava kalyani nityada उपलब्धं प्रति प्रेम पातिव्रत्यं च ते नघे यद्वाक्यैश्चाल्यमानाया न धीर्यपकर्षिता यो मां पत्ये तपसा व्रतचर्यया कामात्मानो मोहिना मम मायया मां प्राप्यमानिन्यपवर्गसम्पदं वाञ्छन्ति ये सम्पद एव तत्पतिं ते मन्दभाग्या निरयेऽपि ये नृणां मात्रात्मकत्वान्निरयः सुसङ्गमः दिष्ट्या गृहेश्वर्य सकृन्मयी त्वया कृतानुवृत्तिर्भवमोचनी खलैः सुदुष्करासौ सुतरां दुराशिषो ह्यसुम्भराया निःकृतिश्चुषः श्रियाः न त्वादृशीं प्रणनिनीं गृहिणीं गृहेषु पश्यामि मानिनी मया रहो ने प्रस्थापितो द्विज उपश्रुतः सत्कथयस्य धातृविरूपकरणं युधि निर्जितस्य प्रोद्वाह पर्वणि च तद्वधमक्षगोष्ठ्यां दुःखं समुत्थमसहोस्मदयोगभीत्या नैवाब्रवी किमपि तेन वयं जितास्ते दूतस्त्वयात्मलभने सुविविक्तमन्त्रः प्रस्थापितो मयि विचाति शून्यमेतद् मत्वा जिहास इदमङ्गमनन्ययोग्यं तिष्ठेत तत्त्वयि वयं प्रतिदन्दयामः. So the Lord, in response to her, he says, "Oh my dear lady, my dear wife," this is verse number 49. He says, "Oh Rukmini, oh my dear darling, you have explained and given a befitting reply to the words uttered by me. Absolutely, every word that you have uttered in response is absolute truth. Hmm? See, wherever the praise has to be done, should be done. घर में क्या चलता है? Competition. Why should I tell? Otherwise, I will be down, she will be up. No, where it is required, you have to say it is what your take on this or your idea about this is absolutely right. Why we have to take that position of always in competition or comparison? And in this manner, he says, what I see is this ananya, uncompromising love towards me. The Lord is saying, remember, even though Lord is husband, but he is a husbandless husband. Meaning that even though he is expressing as husband of Rukmini there, but inside him he knows he is the infinite reality. How many of the husbands here know that they are the infinite reality? Intellectually you may know, but abiding in it, just because you have name Anandanand, नहीं तो why we are saying it is, when we are functioning through life, let our attention be not on the forms around. Let your attention be on the Atma or on the Lord in your heart, and keeping Him in the forefront, you function through life. Functioning will happen. But we make the mistake. What is the mistake? We forget Him and we give attention to the ego. And how does ego express in our life? How does it express? Two ways. Huh? And doership and enjoyership. Me and mine, it gets lost. First understand doership and enjoyership. We are continuously addicted to doing, and everything that we do, some result is there. Either we like it or we dislike it, and then again we keep falling. We do something so that what we dislike doesn't come to us, and we keep doing what we like comes to us, and we keep moving around in that loop. You can, as an individual, you cannot come out of this loop. You need grace to come out of this gravity of this whirlpool called doership and enjoyership. By your thinking, by your discussions, by your study of scriptures, nothing is going to happen. Only Lord's grace is going to take you out of this. Individuality cannot be removed by your efforts. Individuality only knows one thing: put efforts. And because we find ourselves, we have to put efforts, what can we do? And what did we say last time? We have to put efforts 110% to realize that nothing in this life is achieved due to my efforts. When this realization comes that everything in my life is happening because of His grace, not because of my efforts, then your efforts have gone in the right direction. If your efforts are going into more accumulation, more comparison, more competition, more possession, then we are going the wrong way. See? And the day this happens, when you get exhausted thinking, taking responsibility, doing your duties in life, this is how we are all functioning. And I have to do, I have to take the children, I have to do this, I have to do that. ऐसे कोई बाकी लोगों ने कभी कुछ किया ही नहीं है. बेवकूफ लोग. आज ही बात हो रही थी किसी के, यार हम कभी किसी क्लास में नहीं गए थे बचपन में. तुम किसी क्लास में गए थे? तबला इसने 50 years old he started learning tabla.
Cricket on the road.
हाँ.
चप्पल फेंका
भाग
भाग गए.
गए.
Otherwise we when the
नहीं तो our best time pass used to be catch someone, beat him up and run away. गुल्ली डंडा खेलते थे. And you take gulli danda, someone will come and play. Or if it doesn't come, we will play ourselves only. Who cares? नहीं तो पेड़ पे चढ़ जाते थे. आजकल, but we have taken life so seriously. Today one gentleman asked me in the morning, after Sanskrit class, Kasturi's children are there teaching singing. So one of the fathers came up and we were having coffee. He says, Swamiji, very seriously, Swamiji, can I ask you one question? That by that time the wives had gone away and Kasturi had gone away on a phone, and he found me for that 1 second. He found me alone. Can I ask you something? I said, I don't know. Can I ask? I said, it's up to you. How do I know? He said, do we have to be serious about spirituality? I said, if you make that face, Lord will run away when you are asking this question. It's not seriously. Swamiji, do we have to be seriously pursuing spirituality? I am going. You have to be sincere. Lord is Ananda Swarup. You cannot go after him crying and seriously. You have to be sincere about spirituality. You have to be sincere about taking the name of the Lord. You have to be sincere about listening here. Watch your mind. Are you comparing this, what is going on right now, to some information that is in your mind from before? Then you are going the wrong way. Bhagwan kahega, ye busy hai. I'll go somewhere else. See? Sincerity means you are available. You are interacting with the information that is being presented subjectively there and then, not later on, there and then. Spirituality means being subjective. What is the first step in our studies of or in our sadhana? Shravanam. It is not told pathanam. It is not told discussionam. It is not told video lookanam. It is called shravanam. It is direct interaction with a teacher. And the best teacher who is there, not the one who is outside, the one in your heart is the best teacher. He is your guru. The Lord is in your heart. Everyone, at some time in your life, you have accessed him, isn't it? Or he has revealed himself to you somewhere. Whether it be a small child or let it be a 90-year-old person, to everyone the Lord has revealed once at least in their lifetime. See? So we know, we talk all this, but we are not ready to practice. Shravanam. Shravanam means actively listening. And if you do that correctly, you don't even need mananam and nididhyasanam. Because if you are actively listening, alertly listening, sincerely listening, joyfully listening, the Lord will reveal to you here and now. And while listening itself, mananam and nididhyasan will happen simultaneously. See? Just like in Yoga Sutra, Ashtanga Yoga, Yama, Niyama, Asana, Pranayam, Pratyahara, Dharana, Dhyan, Samadhi. Because the idiots don't do the first step properly, then the next 7 steps come. If you don't do the second step properly, then the 6 steps come. If you don't do the third step properly, the next 5 steps come. But if you do the first step, what is the first step? Yama. And what is Yama? Living in such a way that you do not disturb the world nor get disturbed by the world. Who is practicing that? And everyone is going to do yoga. It will not fructify in your life. I wish that it should. But what masters have written is after analyzing, after experimenting, then they have written all this. That without having the right angle of contact with the world, if you practice asana, pranayam, pratyahara, dharana, dhyan, study of scriptures, you will be frustrated. You will be frustrated. Then what will happen? You will want to teach others, but not practice in your life. That is what will happen. और ऐसे नमूने बहुत मिलते हैं दुनिया में. Because we have not practiced in our life Yama. Yama is not getting disturbed by thought, word or deed of any person in your life coming into contact with you. Nor disturbing any person who is coming in contact with you by your thought, word and deed. This is how we interact with the world, isn't it? You practice the first one diligently, rest of the steps of yoga, they will automatically, if they have to happen, they will happen. And there is no need for it. If you do Shravanam, you don't need to do, but properly. You don't need to do Mananam and Nididhyasanam. See? If you live your day properly, sleep will automatically come. Those who complain about the sleep is not coming, they have not lived their day properly. They have been only telling others, do this, do that, हम खुद बैठे हुए. तो नींद कहाँ से आएगी? You have to be physically exhausted. है क्या नहीं? So here the Lord is saying that a special thing about it is that anyone who wishes anything from me, my blessings are always there, and my blessing is always in such a way, whenever I bless someone, he becomes free from worldly attachments. See, this is Lord is saying, I am not saying that. And when you are having a discussion, but what about our duty? But what about our duties? What about our children? What about our parents? Then don't study scriptures. Only do that. Then don't get into this. Remain at that point. Either you take this point and do, if the thought has come, the Lord, have trust, have faith that Lord will create the right environment for you to take care of all the things. Yoga Kshema Mahamyam, isn't it? He says, I will take care of everything. Whatever you need and whatever you need to protect, everything will be taken care of. But we know, I need to be in control. I can't live in a gaga land, I don't know. Lord करेगा सब कुछ. ऐसे कैसे हो सकता है? Have you seen Lord? Have you seen Lord? These are the doubts that you may not voice it, but in your mind these doubts are going. So, whenever the Lord blesses someone, how does He bless? He makes you free from all the desires and attachments. Attachment leads to desire. So, makes you free of all desires and bestows on you the liberation. See? Then in the 51st verse he says, what is that? Upalabdham prati prema pativratyam cha te naghe yadvakyaischalyamanaya na dhirmaya pakarshita. He says in the 51st verse, even though I said so many, teasingly I troubled you and tried to disturb your mind, but your intellect did not get disturbed. This is another move forward, there's so much space. You can sit up, there is another chair, youngsters can sit on the floor. There's another chair there. Yeah, there's another chair. Asha, auntie is there. Okay. But your intellect, okay, settle down quickly. So your intellect did not get disturbed, and he says that I am the Lord of liberation. I give the liberation to everyone, and I am the one. Ananta sansara samudratara naukayitabhyam guru bhaktidabhyam. Oh, but that is for the Lord. My teacher told me, don't hold on to me. Hold on to the Lord. Because if you hold on to a teacher with a form, you will always find some fault with that fellow. He may be a great master, People have found faults with Raman Maharishi. They have found faults with Ammachi. They have found faults with Satya Sai Baba. Shirdi Sai Baba, who, if you see his, read his, look at his movie, so many people were against him while he was there. So you will always find fault with a human being. If you hold on to the Lord, and then from the Lord's point of view, okay, that Lord has come like as a teacher at this moment as this person. Learn from that person and back to the Lord. Then learn from this person, back to the Lord. Our base is the Lord. Our base is not the person outside. If every interaction, every contact, every experience is able to bring us back to the Lord in our heart, that is the Guru manifestation in your life. Guru is not a person. Guru is the ability to learn from everything. And who gives you that ability? The Lord. Who gives you that ability? The Lord. See? These are some subtle points. Otherwise, we get lost in sheep mentality. Everyone going somewhere, we also go. Everyone reading scriptures, we also study. Everyone going to a bhajan kirtan, we also go. But for what? It's sheep mentality. What are you getting? Are you interacting in every place, every point of contact? Are you being subjective? Are you remembering the Lord? See? देखो अपने जीवन में भगवत गीता, how does it unfold? First is doubt of Arjuna, then is the answer in the second chapter, and he doesn't understand the answer like we all. Then Krishna Bhagwan starts with Karma Yoga, then Bhakti Yoga, then Jnana Yoga, isn't it? And in Karma Yoga, what does he say? Because the doership is still strong, how do you melt the doership? How do you dissolve the doership? First step, Lord comes afterwards. The first step is karmanyeva adhikaraste, that you do the action. You don't know if there is God or not. You're not interested in all that. You just want to logic. So you do the action and do not expect a result. Why? Because nobody knows what's the result going to be. This everyone can understand and accept also. But if you start doing that first step, that do the action and do not expect a result, what will happen? This is what Rukmini is doing. Her every action is taking her to the Lord. Her every thought is about the Lord. If we do every action and do not expect a result, what will happen to our mind? I'm asking.
Peace of mind.
No, that be technical. Huh? How? Answer is correct. But how?
But nothing
If
is written there.
no, not that way. We have said it many times before. This is the test.
Question 53.
Question is, if we are performing actions and not expecting a result, then what happens?
Then we are not,
There is no doership.
there is no holding
Huh?
with
There
it.
is no doership in the
There is
action.
no holding on to it, no attachment to it.
But
why
what
it's
happens
not-
as a result of that? Huh?
Detachment.
Mind is not anxious or it's not.
Mind is not anxious. See, we're coming close, but we have to finish. Mind goes only in two directions. What are they? Past and future. By taking this first step, doing actions and not expecting results, 150% you are taking care of. No anxiety, no expectation. Whatever comes, I'll take it as whatever comes, because natural. I can't. Why should I disturb myself by preempting this will happen or that will happen? Whatever is meant to happen will happen. The moment mind starts becoming, imagine, first 5%, then 10%, then 15, 20%, the mind is settling down. It's still in the past, but about the future, it has let go. It is performing the actions 110%, but not interested in the results. You may plan everything, but you're not thinking too much about it. A new faculty gets developed in that with this purified mind, a new faculty gets invoked within the mind, and that is that then if I am not, as a result of that, then who is doing these actions? This is what comes about. That who is performing these actions if I am not performing these actions as a result of this purification? Then that X factor is given the name Bhagavan, Lord. So do the actions for the sake of the Lord. So you are still into doing. You are not into expecting the result. You are still into doing. But as the mind gets purified, you see that the actions are happening, and many times you are not even initiating the action, but the action is taking place. Then the third stage, what comes? Then so your attitude is that all actions are happening because of that divine. As a result, now every action is reminding you of the divine. Then what happens in the third stage? Such a seeker, such a karma yogi starts seeing action in inaction and inaction in action. This is what happens. And as a result of this vision, this becomes crystal clear that all the time activity and inactivity both are taking place. He becomes karma sannyasi. He renounces all action. Renouncing all action doesn't mean that you will not be performing your duties or whatever. Action will continue, but there is no owner.
Attachment to that.
There is no attachment to the action, because you come to this you're watching that hunger comes by itself. Automatically the body is going and taking food. Acha, time has come, okay, let's go for satsang. Automatically you find yourself in a satsang. Night comes, you don't decide, now I'm going to sleep now. You may decide, but sleep will not come. And at most of the time, you go to the अंदर से सब लाइट वाइट ऑफ हो गया, अपने आप ही लाइट ऑफ हो रही है, तुमने डिसाइड तो नहीं किया चलो लाइट ऑफ करनी है. यू गो टू द बेड, नींद आ जाती है. यू कांट मेक स्लीप कम, बट इट कम्स. So things, you start watching this whole play during the 24 hours coming and going of various states. And when a person becomes renounced within himself, he becomes indifferent to all this. Then, because he sees that everything in the world is just happening, then such a person comes to the 6th chapter of Bhagavad Gita. He says, Acha, I'm not able to experience this all the time. Still I sometimes get agitated, sometimes this happens, sometimes that happens, sometimes doership comes. So what to do? Then he starts working on himself. So Niyam begins. Niyam is 6th chapter. Yama is 2nd, 3rd, 4th, 5th chapter. And then rest of the chapters are all internal. Rukmini Mata, Rukmini, the wife of Lord Krishna, she is only focused on the Lord and nobody else. And so here the Lord is telling, he is praising her. He says, I am the Lord of liberation and I make people free from the Ananda Sansara Samudratara. I am from this samsara, from this world of change, from this world of responsibility, from this world of duty, from this world of wanting, world of desires. I make one completely free. But what do I need? I need his mind and intellect to focus on me, which Rukmini already has. So, in this manner, he says, so all those people who are wishing for a very happy family, here the word used is, ye mam bhajanti dampatye tapasa vratacharyaya kamatmanopavargesham mohita mama mayaya. So the Lord is telling here that those people who do various vratas, pujas, havana and ये सब हम सब लोगों के लिए, And why they are doing it? So that my child must pass, it is the right thing to do in my house. Nice vibration, Swamiji, when the Ganpati Homa takes place. सुंदरकांड करेंगे, नाइस वाइब्रेशन है, वह मजा आ जाता है, आता है, बिल्कुल आता है, बिल्कुल आता है, नो डाउट अबाउट इट. बट वेयर इज योर अटेंशन while doing that? Is it on vibration or is it on the Lord in your heart? Where is your attention? So here the Lord is saying that they do all these vratas, they take all these vows only for the good functioning of their family, and they do this only because they are under the clutches of my Maya. I am not saying it, he is saying. Here he says, Mohita mama Maya. Who are these who are under the clutches of my Maya? Maya means the potentiality which deludes and keeps you at a body level, into doing level and enjoying level as the ego. So who are these people who continue doing puja and vrata and havan for the sake of betterment of family? तो क्या करना चाहिए? नहीं करना चाहिए. नहीं करना चाहिए. This does not mean that don't do it, but don't do it for the family. Do it for the Lord. Don't do it for the family. Because family will die one day. Everything that comes into existence will be erased from this existence. Oh, but while we are existing, we want to be healthy. That's not your choice. You can do vratas and everything and it will bring about good health. But for how long? The day you stop doing vratas, downward spiral begins. The day you stop doing pranayam, health goes. The day you stop concentrating, stop doing concentration exercises, everything starts loosening up. So here the Lord is saying, those people who have attained me and yet they are indulging in enjoying the worldly joys and they want to possess the worldly things. Who are these people? See example, Dhruva. Dhruva got Lord in his life, but what did he want? He wanted to sit on the lap. Lord gave him one position in the space. फंस गया बेचारा for the whole cycle of creation. I'm being very yes, he got grace. He is sitting in the lap of the Lord, but he is still away from the Lord. See? So those people who have had my darshan, and even after having my vision, having my grace, experiencing my grace, they are still caught up in worldly pursuits. Instead of coming to surrender at my feet, coming to surrender their mind and their whole being in me, what happens to them? They are the most stupidest people. They are, in Hindi the word is akalmand. It's a oxymoron. What is akal? Intelligence. Mand? Dullness. So, dull intelligence. But in Hindi, akalmand means intelligent person. देखो, these are the akalmand people. Those who think they are wiser than the Lord. Those who think they are wiser than the scriptures, what they are telling. They want to reinvent their scripture. They read the scriptures. They listen to the Lord. But they interpret in the wrong way. Why? Why that is? Because the obsession of the world still hasn't gone out of their mind. And what was the first step we said just now? Yama. Yama is living in the world in such a manner that you do not disturb the world by your thought, word, and deed, nor get disturbed by anyone's thought, word, and deed. This is the first step. As much as you may practice, nothing is going to concretize in you till this first step is not taken care of. And the easiest way to take care of this first step, be mad about the Lord. That's all. Sure shot. Every other sadhana can stop and then you fall back into your old habits. But when you fall at the feet of the Lord, you offer yourself completely at the feet of the Lord, there is no turning back into the world, because He will make sure. See, after giving such assurance, we still, कुत्ते की पूंछ टेढ़ी होती है ना. The dog tail is always crooked. So we are like that. This ego is crooked. It will understand everything, but is always there. That one but is always there. And such people, the only destination for such people here, it is told that they go to hell. That's the only place. Because if we have not merged into the Lord while living, not posthumous. Spirituality is not practiced posthumously. Spirituality has to be, the goal of spirituality has to be abided in while living. And why it is so important? We see so many masters doing it. That's why you are here. कि मेरा time waste कर रहे हो. We are all here because of that, isn't it? So all these things we are telling is so that we can correct. If you go from Perth to South Africa, if by 0.05 degrees, if your sail is little bit on this side, instead of reaching South Africa, you will reach those Yemen. You will be initiated into Houthi rebels by the ISIS. Point, thoda sa slight angle change, and you go reach the wrong destination. Same way here. It is so important that when we are listening, you let the ears listen to the words, but your attention should be on the Lord in your heart, not on the words that you are hearing. They are least important. Your attention should be on what they are conveying and what chord it is striking in your heart. Words are not important. Lord Krishna is immediately we come with a form, but He is the throb in your heart. He is your soul. He is everything that you are. So our attention must go to that, even while listening. Those people here, it says, those people who even while living in this world are in love with me and are living in this manner, they will be freed from all the clutches of this world, and it will happen to them only because they have done all their actions as a service to me, the Lord is saying. So, are we serving our children because they are our children, or are we serving our children because they are expressions of the Lord? Are we fighting with our wife because she is an expression of the Lord or goddess, or is she my wife? I have every right. Wrong angle, isn't it? When हाथ खोलो, he closed himself. ये भी खोलो, जाने दो अंदर. They are sitting like this, This is too much. information becomes too much. Hmm? So the Lord says they have done the seva, whatever. Your duty is not duty. Take duty as service. Washing dishes is service to the household. Taking children to school is service to the Lord. Doing chauffeuring is service to the Lord. Everything. And that was the attitude. Even the children were born and conceived as an offering to the Lord, not as a product of lust. It was not that way. When they are product of lust, you see the world that is there today. When they are as an offering to the Lord, see, Ramchandraji comes, or Krishna comes, and there are so many, Buddha comes, so many good children are there in this world. But you see the other side also, Rakshasas being born. All that is because the attitude with which that child was conceived. If it is done as an offering to the Lord, fantastic. Continuing. Those ladies, here it is being told, those ladies whose mind is become impure because of the various desires, and they wanting to satiate their senses, they are continuously manipulating and conniving to satisfy their senses. How? Watch the Indian serials, you will find out. I'm not going to voice that. So, and do that for such ladies who such temperament ladies, it is very difficult to surrender to me. Very difficult. Some people, we had one girl in our house, we get all examples. At the drop of a hat, a lie. She comes from inside, mom says, hey, keep your shoes outside, huh? It was raining, the whole floor will get wet. She says, no, I brought the chappals in my hand from the back unit and I am now wearing it, but the water is coming inside. Drop of a hat. You see? Some are compulsive liars, isn't it? Continuously they want to manipulate the situation, manipulate the people. Why? Either it could be that's their sense of security, it could be they want to be in control, but here Lord is saying it is only because they want to gratiate their senses. They want to satisfy their desires in some form or the other, and therefore they are behaving in this manner. And such ladies, or here even if you don't take it as stri means the one who is under the clutches of the three temperaments, sattva, rajas, tamas. So such a person, let that be a male or let that be a female. So more philosophical understanding of stri here will not be just wife, but also the one who is under the clutches of sattva, rajas, tamas. Such people are unable to surrender at my feet. Such people are unable to become free from the clutches of this world. So when we say stri, don't take it personally. It has other connotation. That is the real connotation that is being told. You see, Tripura Rahasya we study with Swamiji every year, last few years. If you take that, even though the wife in the terminology is stri, his wife is a girl, a female is a stri, but really speaking she is the man, because she is the realized lady, and the man, he is wearing the sari. Why? Because He's still under the clutches of the world. He's in the clutches of his mind. He's still, I am the husband and I am this and he cannot accept that his wife is his guru. And the wife is, the beauty here is, the wife does in Tripura Rasya, the wife teaches him everything, every step of his journey in spirituality and till Nirvikal Samadhi. She is guiding him without letting him know that she is the teacher. This art ladies have to develop. What is that? In home, you make the decisions, but make the husband feel that he has made it. Then you are learn Anu. That's why. बहुत सीख रही है ना. Very good. So you make the decisions, but he must feel that he has contributed or he has only made it. अरे आपने वो बोला था वैसे ही हो गया देखो. Next moment, diamond ring. That is a smart woman. ये भी सन्यासी को ही बताना पड़ेगा. हद है.
What will happen next week, I'm wondering.
You are here. You come.
Diamond sale.
And in this way, so then in the 51st verse, the Lord says, "Oh my dear darling," He says, "Na tva drushi." Okay, what is that? Neem gruheshu. Okay, that much is enough. He says, in this whole household, which is this whole household, not like yours and me, 2 rooms, poor fellow. He's got 16,100 rooms with palaces with 16,108 wives. And all of them are happy. He says, in this entire household of mine, you are my dearest. He says that to every one of them. Simultaneously. Because he has manifested himself that many times. And they have never experienced separation from their husband. Rukmini, I am wondering, Rukmini must say, यार तुम्हें कोई काम धाम नहीं है, दिन भर मेरे साथ ही बैठे रहते हो घर में. None of the wives ever wonder कि this fellow doesn't go out anywhere. He doesn't go to meet people. He's all the time staying at home, all the time spoiling us and allowing us to spoil him. Never that thought comes. Why? Why? Because they are not thinking about the world. They are thinking about the Lord. They are thinking only about the Lord. There is no time to think about even that thought of why he has not gone out. Acha, matlab, you want to have some space. I want my space. Oh my God. कहाँ पे space? One upstairs, one downstairs. इसीलिए सब extensions करते हैं. Space. I said that is why people build in extensions. Upstairs, downstairs, back area, so that they get more space. They can escape. But here, Rukmini doesn't want to escape, so that thought never comes to her. These are the qualities that in a married relationship one must cultivate. The other must feel that they must run to come back home after work. It's too long. The wife, the children, they must wait when dad is going to come. That type of feeling should be there. नहीं तो अच्छा नहीं आया ठीक है प्लेट रखिए. Put it in microwave, heat it up. We are eating and sleeping. See? where that love? No love. After some time, it becomes a matter of fact life, isn't it? So here the Lord says that in this whole household there is no one who loves me like you do, and and the reason now he is justifying his conclusion that there is no one like you, and Rukmini is his chief. She is the first one he got married to, because he says, you got married to me, you accepted me as your husband even without looking at me. Now he gives the reasons. He is showing how great you are. The Lord is telling Rukmini how great you are. He says, you accepted me without even looking at me. You fell in love with me only by hearing my stories. From the people who were travelers who came to your court and they told about me, and you, in your mind, you decided that I am going to marry Krishna, and if not Krishna, I am not going to marry anyone. And when I sent the letter, and what did you write in the letter? That if I don't come to rescue you from the clutches of these other kings, any other woman would say, "Acha chalo, Krishna nahi to someone else." There are so many great kings there, but you said, "I don't want to be anyone else's other than Krishna, and if I can't be Krishna's, I will not be anyone else. I will commit suicide. I will give up my life." That's why I love you, because you are totally wholly for me. Can you say that about yourself to your husband? It's good if you can say that. Very good. More than husband is the Lord in that husband. To that. Don't go in the form. Here, Lord, that is what he is saying. Go to the Lord, because that Lord is throbbing in every one of you. And where is the easiest place? Find him in your husband. My God, that is a difficult proposition. Swami ji, ऐसे challenges मत दो. If you think like this, it will be difficult. It will be difficult then. Because see, we laughed at it, ना अभी जो मैंने बोला, we laughed at it. उस laughter में ही वो deep चला गया कि we accept that it is difficult in this time. It is easy. If it's all up to us, what we make into difficulty and what we take as easy. If you keep repeating it is easy, it is possible, it will be possible. If you keep saying that it is difficult, it will become difficult. Mind does not know the difference between real and imaginary. He is a creature of habit. But what is required is deep, sincere feeling. With great feeling, you create a new habit. You create a new habit with deep feeling. Then that will become strong. Those who are, I don't know how many here are arranged marriage, you did not know who this fellow is, what his qualities are, is he, what type of person he is. Patrika, isn't it? Then somewhere you must have found, in that example that I gave you, that of that old couple, she must have found some space within herself for this gentleman, for her husband, isn't it? And it took him long, better late than never, but even after 25-30 years, he found the space in his heart to recognize that he was wrong, and the wife has been the greatest teacher for him, isn't it? So we must accept our faults. There is nothing wrong. And we don't have to tell the world that I have made a mistake. No, you accept within your heart, and automatically your actions outside will change. See? But we are in that ego trip, in that comparison and competition, we are not ready to accept that others can be right also. I can be wrong also. I'm a self-made man. I come across a few of them like that. I'm a self-made man. Acha? Who made you man? What did you do to become yourself? Body was given by parents. School was, you were sent by parents. What did you do by yourself? Job was given by someone else. The inspiration to apply to the job was came from somewhere. What did you do? Hunger comes by itself. Sleep comes by itself. Wake up, you abide yourself. Self-made man. When you just coolly look at the whole picture, you will find there is nothing to be proud of. Everything is His Leela, everything is His grace. And the more we can connect with His grace and come to this conclusion, don't come to any conclusions in life. How can we live like? Come to one conclusion, that everything is His grace. Come to one conclusion, that everything is His grace. If you come to that conclusion before death, this physical body death, life is well lived. You have lived your life correctly then. So here he says, even after I plucked you from among those kings and brought you here, and on the way your brother attacked us and I cut his hair and disfigured him, even then you continued loving me. And then after that, my elder brother, he killed your brother. Even then you continued loving me. So he is giving reasons that there was so many opportunities for you to complain, but you never complained. And this is the greatness of a woman. That woman is, has the quality of earth. Earth never complains. What does she do? As much as we abuse the earth, the humanity is abusing, she just digests everything. Every here and now and then something happens, but in general she just keeps swallowing everything. She is of the nature of forgiveness. And in our culture, in our scriptures, a woman is of the nature of, should be of the nature of forgiveness, because she is like the Mother Earth. She is the nurturer. Mother Earth gives us everything without demanding anything in return. Yet we abuse so much, yet she doesn't ever retaliate to us. Same way our mother is also. And that mother can do that for her child, but it should be as a woman, she should be like that towards everyone. Forgiving, not gossiping, not इधर की बात उधर की बात इधर, ये वो सब नहीं. And in that example, that lady never complained. It's only because Swamiji just at that moment he said something and she said, because I think it was Guru Purnima when he went to their house. And she came up that he is my Guru. They had never spoken like that to each other. But at that moment, that opportune moment, by Lord's grace, they recognized the greatness of each other, right? So here the Lord says, even though so many wrongs have taken place, yet you have not turned away from me. Your love in me has become more and more, and you have never even once made a complaint about whatever has happened in your family. And because of this quality of yours, I am under your control. Lord says, I am in your control. Ask me all my blessings for you. Continuing, 57th verse. 57th? हाँ, 57th verse तो यही पे है. दुस्त्वयात्मलभने सुविविक्त मंत्रः प्रस्थापितो मयि चिरायति शून्यमेतद् Matva jihasaidamangam ananya yogyam tishteta tattvayvayam pratinandayamaha. In the 57th verse, the Lord says that same what I told you already the story. He's explaining it here that you sent a messenger to me to with the message that if I do not reach there in time, you will immolate yourself and that you don't want to live in this world without me, and you did not decide to become someone else's, and therefore I respect the love that you have for me. The Lord is saying. It's a great statement from the Lord Himself, isn't it? The Lord says, like our Padmavati and Balaji, what is he doing whole life for thousands of years in Tirupati? Paying the debt. Here he says exactly the same thing. He says, I cannot repay the debt. I cannot reciprocate the love the way you have loved me. I am indebted to you forever. अब ऐसे किसी के फैमिली में फीलिंग हो एक दूसरे के प्रति तो मजा ही आ जाए, है ना? Awesome, awesome. And there are families. I have come across many. तो मजा आ जाए. यहाँ पे there is play also, there is discussion, spiritual discussion also. Both are doing sadhana also because their goal is the Lord. Their goal is not anything else in this world. Swamiji, be real. This is real. Rest is unreal. When we say, Swamiji, be real, means come to this worldly level. But everything is the Lord. That's why we are here in this satsang. To convert our experience of the world of multiplicity into an expression of divinity. That is why we are here. We are not here to give validation to Bhagavad Mahapuran. अच्छा अच्छा बहुत अच्छा लिखा है. हमको confuse करके छोड़ रहे हैं. We are not here for the validation. We are here to change ourselves. That even while moving, even while living, we are able to see the divine in and through everything, like the gopis did. What sadhana did they do? What scriptures did they study? What japa they did? What havan home they did? All they did was eagerly, morning till evening, yearn for the Lord, think of the Lord, play with the Lord. They used to wait to just have a look at Him when He used to come in the evening, isn't it? To touch Him, to feel Him, to play with Him, to tease Him. That's all they did. And see what blessing they got. So don't go, what Lord is saying here, don't go the wrong way. Don't make life complicated. It is already very complicated. You have made it complicated. Actually speaking, life is very simple. And how it can become very simple? Focus on me, the Lord, everything will sort itself out. But focus on me with love. So focus on me with dedication, sincerity, regularity. That's all. And in this way, so I am indebted to you, Rukmini. And then continuing, Shri Shuka Uvacha Evam Saurata Sanlapaihi Bhagavan Jagadishwaraha Swarato Ramayare Me Naralokam Vidambayan Tathanyasamapi Vibhu Gruheshu Gruhavaniva Astito Gruhamedhiyan Dharman loka gurur harihi. Dharman lokan gurur harihi. Don't replace the Lord with any human being as guru. You will have challenges if you do that. See, it's very easy. It's very easy when a guru has become posthumous to sing his glory, read his biography, chant his name. But if the guru is living and you get a chance to be in proximity with him, what happens? You start finding faults. You are focused on him. Swamiji, why did you say that? Why did you not do this way? Buddha Bhagavan was there, and his elder brother was his right hand. His name was Anand. And I have told this before also. Now, one day, sabha lagi hui hai, satsang is, Buddha Bhagavan is sitting. One person came. All he asked was, did namaskar. He says, Bhagavan is not there. Just a question. Bhagavan is not there. Lord is not there. He says, no, it is not there. He went away, happy. After a few days, another person came. Bhagavan is there. Buddha Bhagavan said, yes, he is there. He also went away happy. But this fellow who was standing behind, his right hand man, he got confused. Now he came in front. Buddha Bhagavan, I am one person you said God is not there. Second person you said God is there. What is the truth? He says, is that your question? Why did you listen what I was telling others? This is what we do. Our ears are always open. Someone is having discussion. Kya? तेरी तो होता है ना, बात कोई कुछ कर रहा है, अच्छा क्या बोला, मेरे को भी पता है, अरे हम कुछ और बात कर रहे हैं, तुम्हारे को क्या इससे मतलब है? But ears are open. Why? Because they are not thinking of the Lord. Therefore, what is going on, I must know. I can add value to the conversation, or that itch to be in conversation all the time, because you are not in conversation with the Lord in your heart. See, start thinking in this manner. Where we are going wrong, then we will correct ourselves. Otherwise, same thing we have been doing for 5, 10, 15, 20 years. If we want a change, if we want the darshan of the Lord before this body drops, Parikshit Maharaj is lucky, he knows which is that he has got 7 days, which is your 7th day. Can you guarantee that you will live tomorrow? One person, everything was fine, someone I know, and the phone call came, Swamiji, I have to go to India. What happened? Oh, my brother, younger brother, only 44, 45, he's got 3rd stage cancer, gone. My cousin, the other day, only 53, 54 years old, one day I got an SMS, she is having this suffering, so we went and saw her. Luckily that day she was absolutely fine, no sign of any pain or anything, but 3 weeks later she passed away. What guarantee is there that you are going to live? But we live in this hope, we live in this illusion of hope that we are indestructible. Yes, that quality of indestructible is there within you, but you have to invoke it. That is your Atma, that is the Lord within. But to think that this body is indestructible, that you will continue in this body as this body and not till 80, 70, you're going the wrong way. Then prepare. When? Now. Not someday. Now is the right time. Like Rukmini. Otherwise it's not worth living. You don't have to commit suicide. The Lord will create situation for you to go away. And in this way, Here he says, in this way, the Almighty Lord of the universe, though immersed in the bliss of self, sported with Lakshmi in the form of Rukmini by indulging in amorous talks with her, imitating the ways of humanity. So that is the Lord's Leela. So did the all-pervading Lord Sri Krishna, the preceptor of the universe, sported simultaneously in the mansions of his other spouses too, discharging his household duties like a common householder. See? And with that, this chapter about how husband and wife must live together and make their life interesting and meaningful. And that was told. And iti Srimad Bhagavate Mahapurane Paramahamsyam Samhitayam Dashamaskande Uttarardhe Krishna Rukmini Samvado Nama Shashti Tamodhyayaha. With this we conclude the 60th chapter. See, in life, this not just in India but throughout the world, we can't blame Indians, we can't blame Muslims, we can't blame Christians. In every culture, everywhere on this planet, woman is taken to be their property, isn't it? Man considers woman is my property, so I can do what I want. But that is wrong way of interacting with the female energy. None of our Vedic karmas, until and unless a married woman doesn't come and bring the Agni, that Vedic karma is not complete. It cannot even begin, forget complete. See? So, it is told that if the Griha Lakshmi is happy, not with diamonds and money and possessions and everything, no. She has a happy disposition, and that happiness will come only when she is respected, isn't it? When she is loved unconditionally. And there is a proper dialogue between husband and wife. They share at a higher level, not same thing. दूध दही घी 5 पैसे इधर बचाए 10 पैसे उधर बचाए पेट्रोल के लिए आधा किलोमीटर गए और you saving 20 cents to fill up the petrol, but you spend $1 to go and fill up the petrol. ना बर्तन नहीं धोए. Today you wash the dishes, tomorrow I will wash the dishes, today you give bath to the children, tomorrow I'll. This is pathetic, you know. If you live a life of 50-50, if you live a life of 50-50, your life is going to be a disaster. Life should be, someone got married or they got engaged and they said, huh? So they asked the young couple, so they said, Swamiji, tell something. So I had to give the ring to that boy, to the girl, so she could put it on her boy's finger, you know, engagement jo bhi chal raha hai. They say something, Swamiji. So first the father of the son told something, he was from America. Then I said, you be in love with each other, and the only way you can express love is not by kissing and smooching and hugging. Then how do we come to know that the other person loves us dearly? The more you should be in competition with yourself, how much more I can sacrifice for the other. Sacrifice, not demand. Our mother has sacrificed her life in her. She puts aside all her aspirations, ambitions, interests, hobbies, everything she puts aside only to bring the child up. She puts aside her sleep, she puts aside her breakfast, lunch, dinner also. Her attention is, my child must be taken care of first, isn't it? That type of sacrifice is required between the husband and wife also. If at all, be in competition. How much? फिर वो competition फिर शुरू हो जाएगा. Be in competition with yourself only. How much more? Today I did this. It's not that you are continuously looking what more I can do. No, just go through it. But that attitude of sacrifice must be there. Not attitude of competition and comparison. It will lead to 50-50. Eventually, you go your way, I go mine. It should not be the Bush's way, my way or the highway.
I think it's 90-10 only.
Hi?
90-10 in favor of the men.
Say that again.
90-10 in favor of the men, not 50-50.
ये मैं मारूंगा किसी चीज से.
I mean, 90-10 in favor of the men.
For the woman. According to modern science, a woman is fully capable of producing a child without a man. She can run her family also. She can work also. She can protect also. She can build also. But man without a woman, he is hopeless. Miserable तो छोटी सी बात है. Hopeless. He is a rudderless fellow. It is the woman which makes the home, not the man. And for that, the woman has to be happy. Only then the home will be ready. Otherwise, तू मैं चल रहा है तो घर कहाँ बनेगा? So, these are some pointers that are given here. Now with this, see, when do you sacrifice for someone? Only, and how do you know you have love for that person?
Feel happy in their happiness.
It's not, life is not about feel like doing something. That is the wrong way. Correct? Correct that angle. Doing what you feel is not the right way. How do you know that you love the person? Think about your child. How do you know that you love the child? Something go deeper.
Something in common.
What child has in common with you?
Is your
He's just come out of you. The body has come out. You're not in love with the body. That is the wrong thing. But it's not just the body. There is a soul also in that. But what is the feeling inside of you that is making you do so much for that child?
Seeing oneness with each other.
You have accepted that fellow as mine. You are included in the I. हिंदी में बोलते हैं ना अपनापन आना. तो जब तक अपनापन नहीं होगा तब तक तुम किसी के लिए कुछ करोगे ही नहीं. You will not do anything. Until I have not accepted you, and it doesn't need to be husband and wife. Even a stranger, I have accepted that stranger to be mine. Mahatmas have accepted the whole world to be theirs. So they have got no issue with anything. They just accept everything as the Lord only. But even a stranger, you never come across, and suddenly you accept that person and a wonderful relationship begins. Many times it happens. See? तो वो अपनापन बहुत जरूरी है. और जहाँ अपनापन आया वहाँ sacrifice अपने आप हो जाता है. Meaning, wherever you accept someone, their sacrifice, your willingness to do something more than the ordinary. No calculations. Not at the end of night, balance sheet. अच्छा आज मैंने ज़्यादा कर दिया यार. Just looking at balance sheet, you feel tired. Tomorrow I can't carry on like this. Not like that. Continuing, what's the time?
10 past 8.
Okay, we'll just begin and conclude. है ना? 10 past 8. Okay. अथैकषष्टितमोऽध्यायः. A description of the Lord's progeny. We can finish this actually. This is just a short one, not a big one. Rukmi killed by Balrama during Aniruddha's wedding. Now, who is Aniruddha? Aniruddha is the grandson of Krishna Bhagavan. So here the whole progeny of, of Krishna. My God, are we going to go through 16,108 wives times 10 sons each? No. We are going to go through only 8. So here it goes. Read. The moment I say let's read, मेरे को अंदर टेंशन हो जाता है कि I'm not going to see and it vanishes. Then afterward, when I'm relaxed, everything comes back.
Focus disappears.
But I'm trying to get into that zone that I don't focus too much. Start. What is that top? Shri Shuka Uvacha Ekaikashasta Krishnasya Putran Dasha Dashawalaha Ajijanabranan Vaman Pitu Sarvatma Sampada Gruhadanapagam Vikshya Rajaputryochutam Stitam Preshte Nyamastatam Swam Tvam Na Tattva Vidah Striyaha Premaha. Continue. Acha, you, Padmini, you read. No vijetum brahmai samashakan vanita vibhuvnaha Bhrumandala prahita saurata mantra shondaihi Patnyastu shodasha sahasramananga banaihi Yasyendriyam vimatitum karanairna sheku Itham ramapati mavapyapatim sriyastha Brahmadayopi na vidhu padavim yadiyam Bhejurmuda viratameditaya nugaga Hasavalokanavasangamala lasadyam Pratyudgamasa Shaucha Tambula Vishramanayo Vaihi Kesha Prasara Shayana Snapanopahayaihi Dasishatap-api Vibhor vidadhu smadasyam. No, afterwards we'll talk. So here it goes, Shukdevji Maharaj is saying, he says, the Lord Shri Krishna, from each of his wives, he had 10 sons. Now don't ask why he didn't have any daughter. I don't know. Okay? You ask Lord. He had 10 sons, and all of them had the qualities like that of the Lord alone, and the wives of Lord Shri Krishna, they used to see that Lord never goes out of their palace, and they used to think that the Lord does not go out of the palace to other wives because I am the most dearest to him, that's why he doesn't go. See what a wonderful feeling. If children start feeling like this, not just necessarily husband and wife, if children feel that they are loved by their parents the most, why will they seek attention anywhere else? The problem is today's parents, they are not able to give that love to the children. They are so busy running after their careers, they are so busy running after doing this, doing that, sending them to this class, children to swimming, to singing. Today only one girl, I was saying, oh, so today you are going to learn from, yeah, I'm so tired. Already I went to swimming in the morning, then I went to dance class, and now I have come to singing. I'm so exhausted. See? And it's a competition between parents. How many classes my child can go? It's a human being. How many classes did you go when you were young? You came out okay, isn't it?
स्कूल में नहीं गया क्लास
Hey, wait, that's it. Forget about other classes. School में भी bunk मार रहे थे. In school also we bunked.
competition NCC drama
But you all did well in life. Then why do you feel that all these things are important? Arey, give a break to that child. Give a break to that child. Let them enjoy their life. But and where do they enjoy their life? Give them enough love, not attachment, not possessiveness. Give them love, correct them where it is required, do things with them. Their whole life is from one class, whole week they go to school, and then weekend, class after class after class after class after class. They send their children to satsang and themselves watch serials at home. Other way? Not like this. So, all these kids had the same qualities as the father, Sri Krishna, and all these wives of Sri Krishna, they felt that they were the most beloved. That is why Lord doesn't go to anyone else. He's always with me. And she doesn't want to go and find out, let's see what the gossip column says. Where did he spend more time? What happened there? Nothing like that. No jealousy. Why? He's always with her. And in this way, oh Parikshit, really speaking, no one can understand the glory of the Lord because He Himself is the Lord, and His smile, His what do you call, disposition, His speech, they are all absolutely attractive, and anyone who hears or sees or is with Him, he immediately forgets what the problems were. Similarly, when you go to some masters, even those who some visit to Melbourne, we go in their presence, you may have so many questions, but when you are in their presence, no questions. Nothing comes. Why? You just feel at peace. Sometimes you go to certain houses, you feel at peace. Because the atmosphere in the house is harmonious. But in some places, you go, you want to run out straight away. You don't want to stay there. You don't even want to eat food there. Why? Something is wrong.
Best.
Huh?
Best.
Leela gone haywire. Let's put it that way. So in this way, everyone was in rapture because of his being in his company all the time. And all these ladies, they continuously, they were with their walk, with their smile, with their dressing up with the ornaments and new clothes, continuous fashion show going on for Sri Krishna. And Sri Krishna, don't wear this, wear that one. She'll go and change the chunni, then she'll go and change the sari. No, this ornament doesn't go with that. No, change. Oh, imagine whole day husband is there doing all this with you. Oh, you are in heaven. Swamiji, we are not like that. We are spiritual people. Nothing to do with clothes and ornaments. You have to be like Rukmini. What did they do to get Lord? They did not do any sadhana. They did not study any, all these 16,000, they did not study any scriptures. They did not do any Havan home. Then why? The moment they saw him, their surrender was complete. That's why he married them. Their surrender was complete. We go to temple every day, still lot is lacking, isn't it? We chant the Lord's name every day, still there is a big, huge distance between him and us. That is the problem. Because we are interacting with the Lord objectively. Lord is not an object to be interacted or experienced. He is your own inner being. And when that inner being is there, then all your clothes will be always ironed properly. Hair will be settled. You will look beautiful all the time for your husband. More than for, just not for that fellow, but because from inside you feel good. Not like a Rakshasa, बाल यहाँ पे हाय होते हैं. Not like always neat, clean, a smile on their face, always approachable, amicable. Because that is the quality of the Atma, that is the quality of the Lord. You are not dressing for that fellow outside. He may appreciate or not. You are dressing up for the Lord. So any time, any place, you should be at your best. It's the only opportunity. Tomorrow we don't know what will happen. अरे यार, I have to take again another life. Why? यार वो पैंट मैंने खरीदी थी, पहनी ही नहीं अभी तक. फिर गड़बड़ हो जाए.
One more life.
I was waiting for the opportune moment to wear that new pant, but यार गड़बड़ हो गई.
But स्वामी ये बात बिल्कुल सही है. जब कैलाश गए थे इतना ठंडा था.
हाँ.
तो आपके बात से मैंने कहा कि everyday shave करके no ऐसे I go to कैलाश like I go to a party. ऐसे
Absolutely, you have to be good.
do not easy. फिर भी ना मिरर में कुछ नहीं था. ढंग से जाएंगे.
Early in the morning, even though that water was within 10 minutes used to get cold, but all of us looked clean and neat. We brushed our teeth, we went to the toilet, we cleaned our face, everyone was presentable. It was not कि बिस्तर से उठे नहीं चलो चल पड़े. उनको मैं वहीं छोड़ के चले जाता. और एक दो को मैंने एक को बोला भी शायद मैंने कहा ऐसे नहीं चलेगा.
Except the Sherpas.
Same thing, when you come to satsangs, be at your best. You are not coming for, not to show other people that you are. That thing I like about Punjabis, always, North Indians, always tip top all the time. Maybe too much, but. But presentable we should be. Huh? So this way, all these ladies, they spoke so lovingly to the Lord, and the Lord was also satisfying all their desires. And but even though he was giving into all his wives, because he's with every one of them, he's giving into their desires, but within himself he is not even touched an iota. Can we bring ourselves to be like that? That you function in this world, but you are totally indifferent to the world. Can we function like this? Oh, if I am indifferent, how will I find? Should we not have interest in the world? Go to some other class. Don't come in this class. It will not work that way. You have to discover some way. And that way the Lord will show you. It will automatically happen. To function in this world, doing everything that is required to be done as the situation demands, not because you desire, but as the situation demands, but not attached to what is taking place. That is how great masters live on this planet. And that is how Sri Krishna is living. He is functioning throughout with all his wives. Then in the 5th verse he says, you can read it, I can't read. No, we have read it already.
Yes.
So, the great, but these just like these, all these wives, they could not, even though from Lord's point, from the Lord, never a wish came, can you do this for me, or can we, can this be done? No desire. They could not invoke a desire in the Lord, because He is ever the Sakshi, He is ever the witness of all that is taking place. And where is this Lord? In our heart. Now the next verse says that the various gods, Brahmaji, that the creator, etc., they also, even the gods do not know what is the nature of Sri Krishna, because Sri Krishna is their father. The gods, they are the next level of creation. Who is the ultimate? Lord Sri Krishna. He has manifested as in the human form on the planet for the purpose of benefit of the society, paritranaya sadhunam vinashaya dushkrata, so on and so forth. But they also cannot come to know what is the nature of Sri Krishna, who is essentially the Lord Narayana. Because when Brahmaji went, looked this way, he didn't find anyone. He looked this way, he didn't find his source. He looked in front, he did not find any source. He looked backwards, he did not find any source. Instead, he got 4 heads. Those 4 heads are Mana, Buddhi, Chitta, Ahankara. Then when he didn't find any answer, where have I come from? This is our question also, isn't it? Intellect is continuously asking, who am I? Kaun hai? Oh, who am I? Thank you.
हो गया सारे
नहीं
everything clear
समझे ना क्या बोला उसने?
everything is all
Who am I? Swami ji, okay.
full clarity all
He is listening. He is listening. So this question is in every one of us. Who am I? So Brahmaji had this. This Brahmaji at the totality level is at the individual level, it's our intellect. With the 4 heads, Mana, Buddhi, Chitta, Ahankara. So he asked, Brahmaji there, he asked, who am I? He is looking for answers. He doesn't know why he is there, from where has he come, what does he have to do. We are also looking for our purpose only. So he went in, and he saw the lotus. He went into the lotus, into the stalk. And when he went into the lotus, that means he came into the close proximity of the source. What is the source? The Lord Narayana. Lord Narayana himself is manifesting as the creator Brahma. He goes. He has not seen him, the Lord Narayana. But he hears the Akashvani, the divine sound. What does he say? What does he hear, you know? We did that many years ago. Forgotten. He heard 2 words. 1621. 1621. 1621. What is 1621? 16th alphabet and the 21st alphabet. Tapa. Do tapa. And what is the tapasya that Lord Brahmaji had to do, the creator had to do? What was the tapasya? He has to, as a creator, what is your job description? Create the creation. So he started creating. So how are we, if that is our question, that we have to live in this world and yet not lose. Look at Brahmaji, continuously he is in contemplation of his self or the source, Yes, source. Not sauce. Source. Of his source. And yet at the same time the creation is taking place, isn't it? Is he in any way attached to the creation? Initially he was, but he learned his lessons very quickly. First he created Sanat Kumara, they became devotees of the Lord. Then he created Narad Muni, he became devotee of the Lord. Then he became angry, Rudra came about. So he also lost the plot. Then he corrected himself. Why? Because he listened to his wife. You must get married. He listened to his wife. His wife said, why you are experimenting? Why you are experimenting with creation? Why don't you make someone in your own image? Hey, I didn't even think like this. Okay, I'll do it. And then he made Manu and Shatarupa. And then the creation expanded. Exactly the same thing is happening. Shatarupa is the mind, aham vritti, idam vritti. Idam vritti means that thought, aham vritti means I thought. Manu is the I thought, this is the infinite reality, expressing as, when it passes through the mind, it expresses as I thought and that thought. Shatarupa, mind is full of some or the other thought. I thought is always one. I doesn't become many. I is always one. So Manu and Shatarupa. And this combination of these two is the whole creation. This phenomena will go on. But we have to, is going on. We are in it at this moment. But we have to realize that we are this. So you have to, and how can we divorce or dissolve or be indifferent to or be a witness of all this? By your efforts, very difficult. Easiest way, think of the Lord. The easiest way, think of the Lord. Like there is no tomorrow. We will conclude here and we will see in the next class what is the rest of the story. नहीं होगा ना complete? नहीं होगा, it's too long. Till fifth verse. So sixth verse also we can, and there he says that all these wives, what are they doing? They, even though they got so many servants and everyone, but they love to cook the food, they love to feed the Lord, they love to press the feet, they love to give him bath, they love to put him to sleep. They want to do everything for the Lord. They don't want any help to come and between them and the Lord. That is what is in the sixth shloka. What happens next is the progeny, all the children of the Lord, that we will see in our next class. Om Purnamada Purnamidam Purnahat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Harihi Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Harihi Om.